Hey there, schmucks. So, I meant to make a video last week, but my computer decided to break, so I had to get it fixed. But, while I was doing that, the trailers for both Black Widow and Wonder Woman 1984 came out, and I think they both look pretty good. But which one looks better? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. So let's jump right into it. I would say that both movies have a fair amount of excitement surrounding them, seeing as Black Widow will kick off the MCU's fourth phase, and Wonder Woman is another Wonder Woman movie. The MCU is supposedly heading into a new direction, and their choice to lead Phase 4 with an action-packed spy thriller about a character who died 2 movies ago seems like an odd choice, but undeniably an interesting one. On the other end of the field, we have the next installment in the terribly constructed DCEU, with no clear direction or tone, and a couple good movies. That said, the first Wonder Woman was mostly well received by general audiences and the critics loved it. I personally really like it. I think it's an impactful and well-directed superhero movie with great performances and exciting moments. Until the third act, because the third acts to all the DC movies are bad in my opinion. But Wonder Woman stands out as the worst one, only because, up until the third act, the movie's really good, and then the third act just kind of shits all over it. I think there's a lot Patty Jenkins can and will do with Wonder Woman's character, and I'm really excited to see how she's going to handle Cheetah and Maxwell Lord. As for Black Widow, I can't really say that I'm excited for a prequel movie about a character who just died. She just had a contest to see who could jump off a cliff quicker. It was fucking her. I am looking forward to David Harbour's Red Guardian, and I'm really glad we're going to see Taskmaster in live action. But aside from that, there's nothing really here that grasps me and pulls me in. Ultimately, Black Widow appears to be a filler episode in the series that is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Both movies are set to introduce audiences to new characters and tell new original stories with those characters, something the MCU does very well, but the DCEU struggles with, and we'll talk about that in a minute. For now, let's look at Wonder Woman 1984 and see who this movie will be introducing us to and where it can go with them. Firstly, we see Barbara Ann Minerva in the trailer, who becomes Cheetah in the comics, and there's a few ways Cheetah can go in this movie. I predict that she won't become Cheetah until the third act, or even the next movie, as Maxwell Lord is the main villain of this movie, and this movie could just aim to set Cheetah up and create her, opposed to implement her, similar to how Doctor Strange treated Mordo in the first one. As for Maxwell Lord, in the comics he's a crazy businessman who tangles with the Justice League, and I think it was Infinite Crisis, but in that storyline, Lord ends up taking control over what's called Brother Eye, which was a satellite Batman created to monitor metahumans around the world. And some have speculated that this could be a plot point to Wonder Woman, and I'm wary of that, but I'm also completely on board if it happens. Also, on a side note, in that storyline, in the end of it, Wonder Woman kills Maxwell Lord by breaking his neck on live television. So when that happens in this movie, live television or not, she's gonna snap his neck. So when it happens, don't be surprised. Not to mention, Steve Trevor's fucking back. So people are quite interested to see how that happens. Wonder Woman's wearing the Golden Eagle armor, which looks amazing. It was never really called the Golden Eagle in the comics, and it was just dubbed that by the fans. So going forward, I'm gonna call it the Golden Turkey, for obvious reasons. Now, for Black Widow, she's wearing two new suits. Oh boy, and she jumps out of a plane or she jumps off a mountain or something. I don't know. There's Yelena Belova and there's Taskmaster and there's more Black Widows, I think. And, okay, look, there's barely anything here. And I know it's just a teaser trailer, and it's intentionally vague, but come on, man. There is nothing here. It looks cool, but Jesus Christ, there is nothing to feel excited about. Nothing at all. A spy thriller? What would you fucking do? I've seen Winter Soldier. It's on Disney+. I'll fucking watch it again. There's nothing here. Fuck! Okay, that was a little harsh. There are a few things in this trailer that I am kind of excited about. For one, I love Florence Pugh, and I'm really glad they have her playing Yelena Belova. Like I said before, I'm really happy that we have Taskmaster in the big screen for once. And David Harbour looks like he's having a blast. But this movie is coming out 5 years too fucking late. To Black Widow's credit, I really like Winter Soldier, and it has a lot of those vibes from the trailer that's giving off. This movie looks very Bourne-esque, and I'd be lying if I said that doesn't sound cool. After a bombastic team-up movie and a dope Spider-Man adventure, I am looking forward to a more self-contained, espionage-driven MCU flick. So points for that, I guess. On top of that, the MCU is great at crafting new original stories stemming from the source material, while also melding it really well with the existing world and rules of the MCU. The DCEU movies don't do that so much. Instead, the DC movies mostly just rehash and adapt the most famous or most recent comic book stories and events that any casual fan knows back to front. That's why it's likely Wonder Woman will snap Lord's neck or that Lord will use Brother Eye, because it's from a massive event and story from the comics. That's all DC knows how to do, but the movie still looks really good either way. Both Wonder Woman and Black Widow look really good, and they have great trailers with cool visuals and excellent music. But Wonder Woman 1984 is where my interest lies. Like it or not, but Wonder Woman is the face of the DCEU right now, and she has more appearances and more appeal than any other character within their own cinematic universe. And I'm really excited to see where her character is headed. Black Widow was a great character spanning a 10-year period of films, but her solo outing is coming out a little later than it should have. But that's not to say it's unwelcomed. I am looking forward to it. And as far as the MCU goes, I'm really just waiting for the Falcon and Winter Soldier, because then that can hold me over until Doctor Strange, and that's all I really care about. Alright, so that's that. Thank you for watching, I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like or subscribe if you want to. That's really up to you. If you got a moment, why don't you tell me what movie you're more excited about, Wonder Woman 1984 or Black Widow? I really would like to hear it, because I was kind of torn on this. But the more I watched both trailers, the more I was like, nah, fuck it, Wonder Woman looks pretty fucking cool. I got nothing going on in my life, so I'll probably have a video up pretty soon, probably before Christmas. Maybe it'll be a Christmas video, we'll see what happens. Anyways, I will see you in the next video, and again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.